What's up, y'all? My name is Marcel. I'm 27 years old. I was born here in Vegas, been here all my life. I graduated high school in 2010 at Las Vegas High School, and I graduated UNLV in 2016 with a degree in interdisciplinary studies, which is a fancy way of saying psychology and sociology. I bartend on the Strip, and I personal train on the side. We do fitness in our daily lives, whether we realize it or not, and actual physical activity, exercise, that's just a way to keep the body maintained. And it's something that I believe that should be done every day, like whether it's 10 minutes, hour, half hour, just a little something to stay active. That's how you can avoid any potential problems in the future. Like they say, medically, like exercise is one of the best things you can do for not only just the body but the mind itself. So it's a combination of mind, body, and spirit.
Do you consider fitness therapeutic for you?
Very much so. Like when days where I don't feel my best, I know I can turn to in my apartment. I have dip bars. I can always go to those just to kind of get some kind of release. When I have a long day at work, just getting those endorphins running, blood flowing to just certain parts of the muscles. It just, there's something about it that just makes you feel good about yourself. Having that, just all that stress built up and just let it go. I always feel so much better after a workout.
Give us can you just share with us the beginning of your journey in fitness? Like at what age you started? How did you get involved in fitness?
On YouTube back in the day, there was a guy named Hannibal for King.
Yeah.
He was one of the first people I saw back when I was around 16 years old he was just, it was superhuman, the things he was able to do. And at the time, he was probably about 35, 40-ish years old. And he can do things with his body that it was incredible. And ever since then, I tried to get into a gym that was by my house. I didn't really stick with it, but then once I went to college, I discovered Frank Medrano, another guy who was just he was about my height and my size, but he could do things that was just, it was the way he can control his body and do things on bars and even just on the floor was just incredible. Then once I rediscovered him and Hannibal for King again, I was like, all right, this is what I want to do. So I kind of stuck with it, and then for the past 7 years, kind of built myself up to where I am now. But it's like I said, I have no intention of stopping because there's so many more skills that I need to learn. So it's always something new to push for.
That's dope. So the first type of fitness you got involved with was just calisthenics?
Yeah, I did a little bit of traditional weightlifting in the gym, but I found that being in the gym when it was crowded, I hated having to wait for machines. That's when I kind of discovered how to just incorporate more pull-ups and push-ups and just more bodyweight stuff, so I didn't have to wait. I didn't have to maneuver myself around the gym to find something I wanted, so I can just knock out everything and I stay generally in a good circle.
Give us a rundown on, I know besides you a personal training, but on your daily basis, give us a rundown on your daily routine of working out or training.
Well, right now, one of the main skills I'm trying to learn how to do is a planche, and it's pretty much like a plank, but you're holding your body weight up, but on your hands, and your body is horizontal to the floor. I've been working on this for a good minute, so I made it a point every day to practice on my dip bars, just to hold the position. No more than 10 minutes a day. Right when I wake up, I shower, and that's my ritual for getting ready for work. And I made it a habit too. Whenever I use the restroom, I just bust out a handstand, hold it for as long as I can, and that's where it's become a habit now. Where it's now my body kind of just craves some sort of physical activity. So I limit my intense workouts to maybe 3 or 4 times a week, or even less, because I'm always doing something each day. And I count that, it builds up. I'm doing something every day, and that still matters for something.
So right now you have goals, so you do more progression than you do a like a workout?
Right now, yeah, because I don't really go to the gym too much just because I'm trying to like be balanced between work and hanging out with friends and stuff like that. Like, it's not that I can't fit the gym into my schedule. It's just that the exercises I'm learning how to do, I can just do in my apartment. There's not like any certain progressions that I can't do at home that I need to be in the gym for. So to me, the gym is just a space where you're surrounded by like-minded people who are all just trying to like get their workout in, and that energy is infectious too. But doing it for so long, I don't necessarily need the gym so much. I go there from time to time though.
So you do this 5 times a week or 6 days a week?
My practice, which I consists maybe like 10 minutes a day, so I'll do it every day. But intense workouts where I do full body workouts will be maybe 3 or 4 times a week.
And the majority of all your workouts is all body weight?
Yep, mostly body weight. And with body weight exercises, the more advanced you go, with between like muscle ups, handstand push-ups, planche progressions, it takes a lot of energy to do most of these movements. So I'm only doing like sets of 5 at a time. But then when I do incorporate weights, I found this thing called, there was a guy named C.T. Fletcher. He does like gauntlets with dumbbells and stuff. So I'll take like maybe a 20, a 30, and a 40 and just do curls all the way up and pyramid back down.
So what is it called again?
It's called a gauntlet.
Okay.
Well, it's a fancy way of doing like a pyramid where you're moving up in weight and moving up in reps. So you go up with a certain amount of reps, and you come down, you're going lighter, but you're still going more reps. So by the time you're done with the gauntlet, you'll probably hit like 200 reps, depending on how you structure it.
You do that with like dumbbells or barbells?
Dumbbells usually. I like to use dumbbells because they have more freedom than like a straight bar. So I can do lateral raise, or I can do single arm curls, single arm curl, then dual. I can do more with dumbbells in my opinion than with the straight bar.
All right, and then you said you was a personal trainer. How long you been a personal trainer for?
Officially, I have been doing it for around 3 months. I got hired at the 24 in September, but I've like trained friends on the side at like gyms, parks. I hang out with LB Bar Stars. I train with them. I wanted to lead a class one day, but I've just been doing my own thing for a little bit. But I'm trying to maybe by next year try to get back into it, maybe teach a class.
What drove you to be a personal trainer?
It's just a passion for fitness. I just think that like a lot of people get into the mindset they need to be in a gym to get a good workout in, and then they kind of tend to forget that you have your own body. You can do a lot of things with your body that can, if you just do it repetitively, you get to where you want. It might take a little bit longer because you don't have like extra weight to like stress out the muscles, but I think it's more about staying disciplined, building the habits more so than just like trying to reach a particular point. So, and then I feel like as a trainer, like I feel like I could be that motivating factor that someone might need to push them to like just live a healthier lifestyle. And if I can help one person or 1,000, that would just be good for me. I just feel like I could do it for a living and just have a better quality of life than having a regular 9 to 5.
All right, so I know that you do personal training, you work, and you still in school or no?
Not anymore. It took me 6 years to get my bachelor's, and then by the time I finished, I was kind of burnt out. Like, the only kind of education I would like to do would be anything that my certification organization would want me to do for continuing education, like learning more about nutrition or corrective exercise, stuff that I could use in personal training to like kind of make me more well-rounded. I feel like with my degree, I don't really need to get a master's because I'm not really trying to be in that field. Because like psychology is like I can learn more about that by just talking to people and like being able to. I like the motivating aspect of psychology, how to motivate people and how to stay disciplined, manage emotions, things like that. So traditional school, I don't think I need at this point in my life.
So what's your motivation? What gives you that drive every day for you to be fit and do fitness activities or workouts?
It's just the idea that I know that there's so much that I can't do. I want to turn all my can'ts into cans. And I recognize that in order to get there, like, you gotta like put in that practice. So whenever I feel like I'm closer and closer to getting that one particular skill under my belt, that's what fuels me to, like, okay, even once you get that skill, you gotta perfect it, and that it takes time. Like, I've realized in my fitness journey that I'm never gonna be one of those big bulky guys, but then I never wanted to be. I wanted to be just have my skills speak for themselves more so than my body itself, like the aesthetic. I'm more about the skills, and the more skills you have, the muscle will come.
Nice. So what are some good advices that you would give someone who wants to start their fitness journey? Either they're lazy, they don't have motivation. What would be some good encouraging words that you would give that person? How to start that fitness journey?
I would tell the person to just do a little bit every day. Just and practice. Like anything else, to get good at anything, you gotta practice. Don't try to be caught up in the need to like spend money in a gym if you don't need to. When you have, there are a variety of ways to get around being in a gym. There's lots of like simple exercise equipment that one can invest in. We spend money on frivolous things that we'll never get that money back. Now, we can spend money on something that could be beneficial to you, then ultimately you just like more or less like create a snowball effect. You roll a snowball down a mountain, right. It'll progressively get bigger and bigger and bigger. So you just got to start, and then try maybe find people in your life and circle who may be in the same position as you are. Like any kind of help you can get, you can feed off each other, hold each other accountable. Like, we all need someone in our lives. Like, if it's not going to be you, maybe it can be someone else, and so you can learn to be accountable, more self-accountable.
Good, man.
Yeah.
So as personal training, you basically just teaches bodyweight calisthenics?
Predominantly, that's what I like to emphasize the most, because most of the exercises that within calisthenics are a full body workout if you do them correctly. And you can take two exercises and like combine them to make one exercise where you're working your full body. And with proper instruction, it can turn into a full body workout.
Nice. All right, Marcel, last question. For someone that is watching, where can they find you? What's a good platform they can find you at, either on social media or wherever?
Social media, you can find me at DarknessMJ3 or It's 192 Proof, all one word. Those are my primary social media accounts. I do bartend at the Link Promenade, so if you want to pop in and say what's up, more than welcome to. It's a place called Virgil's Barbecue. And then the 24-Hour Fitness, again, is in downtown. It's in the Mulaski building. I'm usually there Wednesdays and Thursdays, usually around 12 or in the afternoon. But yeah, feel free to find me on social media, send me a DM, and we'll go from there.
Oh, and that 24-hour, you do one-on-ones and class groups?
The group class is at 12 o'clock, but in order to go to use the group class, you got to have a membership. But they might start like a guest pass system, like a better guest pass system in the next year. So you can get a guest pass now, a 3-day pass. You just walk in, ask for a 3-day pass, have your local ID, and then we'll hook you up.
All right, man. Thank you so much, man.
Hey, no problem. Hey, let's get a workout in one day.